Do I have any other topic? Mario. Luigi. I was just gonna shut up and see how long it takes you to bring up Mario again. Man, I really need... I love that it was only 15 seconds. I don't know if this is a problem. I might have developed like a Mario disorder or something. Personality Mario disorder. Matthias disorder. Maybe I could get my own disorder named after me. He's such a fascinating guy, I can't help myself. I do actually want to play a Sonic stream. I want to play a Sonic game on stream in the future. But I don't know. it's... Still don't know how to exit this bit, huh? It's gonna... It might go on forever, I'm afraid. And I've said this before, Sonic has too much personality. There's too little to work with at this point. Oh my god, it's you. How about I go you, actually? I feel like I should be scared. I need to, like, speak to a doctor about this or something. And say, like, yeah, I have a, like, maybe I should see a therapist and be like... Actually, this would be a really good bit. Oh my god, can you imagine going to therapy just for a bit? And be like... So I have a personality disorder, I think. But I think it might be new. I've talked to people and they don't know what to think of it. And my therapist is like, okay, well, what is your problem? I can't help myself from bringing up Super Mario. No matter what. It's okay. Well, you know, there's a lot of ways you can work with that. You can think of, like, predetermined topics, potentially. Maybe you could start with Mario, but then branch into other topics. But I feel like it doesn't actually work. And when I can think of nothing, it all comes back to Mario. But then I just end up having... I would just have a real conversation about why Mario is fascinating with my therapist. Maybe they would just agree and be like, you know what, Mario is cool. I think you have nothing to be afraid of. I think a therapist would not see that as a problem, actually. Or, I am kind of curious. I need to look up therapy so I can experiment and do this. Just be in character. Have a real therapist session and be like, I can't stop talking about Mario. Just so I can find out what would a therapist actually think. And I think most therapists would be like, this is not a real problem that you should be concerned with. And you're free to talk about Mario. But some of them would be like, here's how we can work with this. Oh my lord, the funnest part about that bit would be a therapist coming up with suggestions so I have to drift away from Mario, and you keep bringing up Mario for the remainder of the session. Maybe then they would just be like, shut up, stop, and they have like a moment, and they're like, I've been trying to help you this entire time, and you keep bringing up Mario, and I'm saying like, yeah, that's my problem, I can't stop myself. And he's like, well, just stop. This is not a real problem. Did you go to therapy for a bit? No. It kind of seems like you're here for a bit. It's not a bit. Can't stop talking about Mario. Okay. Then your therapist gets frustrated and just breaks out in tears. Then I found out he's actually like a Sonic fan. I'm like, I'm so sorry. He's like, do you want to see my Sonic OC? I do. Do you have a Mario OC? Not yet. Not yet. That's a big problem, actually. It's really difficult. Now I'm just doing Mario again without Mario. And it feels really fucked up. How am I not talking about I feel like I've spent more time talking about Mario in this this stream than I've spent talking about Pokemon. After like 7 sessions, he just completely gives up. It just becomes a weekly routine to discuss Mario with him. I'm going on stream to talk about Mario, then I'm going to therapy, so I can speak less about Mario. And that's my life. Anyway, Mario. Isn't it messed up how it's so difficult to make a Mario OC? Where would you even start from? Like, do you really want to be a Mario brother as an OC? Do you want to be human? Do you want to be a Goomba? What kind of guy in the Mario universe can you look at and be like, that? I want to make an OC, and he's like that. You're Machi, right? I've seen you talk about Mario. Yep, that's me. I've been such a huge fan of Mario, you know? I've been having a blast. I just love testing out Mario. Kinda weird to see a kid like Mario. Maybe too many green Marios are joining in. I'm thinking Mario. That's right, Mario. Alright, Mario.